hello everyone. Am I audible to all of you? And is the screen sharing fine? Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Praveen. Okay. So I think after writing the snap, we are all here for the analysis. How many of you wrote the snap paper today, my dear? I saw many of you in my first slot there. Yes. Okay, so what we'll do now, my dear, so those of you who written the paper and those of you are yet to write the paper, so this session is going to be for all of you. Okay, and we'll just glide through what all can you expect in this session. I'm just going to tell you, my dear. First thing is we'll have a slight run through the whole paper, and then we'll analyze each and every section separately. Okay, then we'll discuss about what is going to be the correct number of good number of attempts. Okay, and what could be the possible score for 99. Okay, because 99 is a target for most of them who want to go for SIBM and for SCMHRD. Okay, so that is what we are going to discuss. We are not going to discuss about any other colleges beyond that. Okay, so let's now get into this. So first of all, those of you who wrote it in Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan College, okay, first of all, I would tell that that particular location, that particular center, okay, lacks proper management. So whoever is writing at Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan College, please make sure that you are taking all your pens, everything, what is mentioned in the ID card, you are taking each and everything for yourself, okay, because they are not going to provide you with anything till the last moment. They will be registering you till the last moment, they will be giving the papers, and this time they forgot to like verify the hall tickets, so they had to keep us back waiting for around 10 to 15 minutes. So all that happens there. Okay, so be prepared for everything. Okay, don't lose your calm just before the exam. Okay, be prepared, whatever happens. Okay, you're going to give the exam very well. That's it. So yeah, so this discussion is going to be based upon the interaction that I have had with the students, and also based on my personal experience. Okay, so and I do not remember all the questions, my dear. I'm just going to go with the memory based questions. If you remember a few questions here and there, you just put it forward so that it can be helpful for the others who are going to write the paper in the next few slots. So first of all, my dear, we saw that the verbal section. See, whatever I had said in that particular video yesterday that I put it around across, I still go by those exact words now also. Okay, so verbal as expected. First of all, the whole snap pattern, no change, everything was same. And one feedback that I would like to give you from the students point of view is, in the mocks we had been doing the verbal section, then we had been doing the quant section, the DILR part, the logical reasoning part. But as I had put in the video yesterday, remember that first verbal section, then comes a logical reasoning, then comes a QA in the main paper. Okay, so please, whenever you're going, this is the order of the sections. Not necessary that you do them in that particular order, but when you're choosing the questions, it becomes easier for you if you know that particular pattern. So no big change, my dear. It was somewhat similar to last year's paper and previous 2 years paper only. So not big amount of a change. So verbal, as usual, okay, 15 questions were there. I remember a question from passive voice. So they had asked you to convert a particular question into passive voice, doing the helping out someone. So that base question. So active, passive, everyone who's going for the next few slots, okay, just run through at least 30 questions, you practice and then go ahead. There were questions based on idioms. I do not remember the exact question, my dear. There was an antonym based question based on a word that started with P. Okay, so direct opposite meaning, antonym based question, there was one. Then there were questions, okay, which were related to picking out the parts of speech. They had given you a question, a sentence, and you had to pick up what was the preposition in it. Okay, and then you, I think the preposition there was above, if I remember. Okay, I'm not sure. Yes, coming to it, coming to it, my dear. So that death with icy hand phrase that came exactly from this mock test. Okay, so that also, yes, wanted to tell you. Okay, and then there was something, a sentence given to you. You had to pick up which was the conjunction. I think it was still or something. Okay, so it was still or something. Yeah, still I think. And then you had to pick up the adjective, and one sentence you had to pick up the adjective as well as the adverb from that. So adverb usually ly ending. That was very easy. Yeah, and then cruel, I think. So these were the words. Okay, so they had in there were multiple options wherein this adjective adverbs were interchanged and all those stuffs. But if you know that adverbs usually end with ly, and adjective is something that goes and explains or modifies or adds more meaning to the noun, then I think this was very pretty easy. There was also one question based on uh, asking you to pick up which of the sentence had the correct usage of the countable and uncountable nouns. Something, yes, the courage and facing the odds, that question. Okay. So, my dear, whatever I'm putting in here, my dear, whatever you prepared is good. Go ahead with the mocks. Okay, but what I'm putting up in the slides, just go ahead and then you choose around 30 questions in each of these and then practice so that it becomes easier for you when you go to the exam. Okay, then there was a question based on whether the conditional clause usage was right or not from the set of given options. Then there was a proverb. I think that was very easy to identify. Even if you do not know that proverb, no, that could have been done. Something saying that blood is thicker than water. Yes. So that directly, that khoon, whatever blood, you know that it goes down, runs down the nepo, right? So that nepo one was there. There were three questions which were based on fill in the blanks. Okay. Then you also had questions on figures of speech. Okay. So like same as here, no, there was a sentence there was sentence given and you had to identify what figure of speech was there. So that was based on that icy cold one, that mock test based question. Okay, so personification that was. Then there was another question wherein you had to figure out the correct option in which simile as well as metaphor both were present. So simile, if you know, simile uses the words like and as, so that should have been there. And metaphors definitely should have been comparison of two objects which doesn't have this. So basically two comparisons should have made, one comparison without like and as and one comparison with like and as. Okay, so it should have been personified. That's the only thing. So metaphor and simile, that would have been easy. Right. That king one, king and a cakewalk. Correct. Nadal is like a king and court is like a cakewalk. Yes, court is a cakewalk. Something. Yes, my dear. I think Anushka, that was right. Okay, and I just remember seeing a word like collocation usage, my dear, but I also don't know what this proper collocation is. Go through it. Okay. If you can get in touch with the verbal trainer, just get in touch. What is collocation? Okay, usage of collocation in sentences. But I think I randomly did it using grammar and the usage of words only. Okay, I didn't take it as a collocation question itself because I didn't know the meaning of the word collocation. And then and spelling also I'm not sure. Just check it up properly. Okay, I see 3:30, around 3:30, 3 o'clock I came out from the center 3:15. It took us longer because that verification didn't happen, so we had to come out a bit late. Then after that, coming home, I came around 4:15 and all. So I couldn't go deep into anything and check it out. So whatever I remembered, I just put it here, my dear. And there was something which was based on correct word order. There was something like historical, some historical, a small circular something, historical weapon in a small circular room, something. So you had to choose, yeah, 50-year-old open, historical 50-year-old weapon, that thing. So you had to put that sentence in the correct word order. So as far as I remember, these were the questions, my dear, and these all put together had come around 15 odd questions. Okay. And okay, antonym for, sorry, not P, I'm sorry, it was F. Thank you, dear. Frivolous. Okay, correct, my dear. So, my dear, so these are the topics that you need to concentrate on, and I don't think na, in the next two slots or two there are going to be any change in the type of questions or in the pattern of questions that are going to come. Okay. Which one? No, Rahul. Actually, I don't remember the answers because you know, na, this thing. If see the all the options were like similar, close to each other, so I don't exactly remember which option I have gone and marked. So are you specifically asking me for any specific word one or something, my dear? Yes. So frivolous, I think opposite was solemn only. I'm not sure you. Okay, so someone who is very I think I'm also having a look at the Google part, my dear. So something carefree and superficial, okay, or someone who is not having a serious purpose. Okay, so that one. Okay, so what I expect to see, no way to leave anything in this particular section. Only antonym. If you know, you do not know, you could have left it. Others all idioms based, proverb based, conditional clause, everything now was something which you look at the options, you could have easily figured out something or the other regarding the answer. So this, I would give a verdict that this was a easy section, my dear. Okay, where 14 or maximum 15 questions definitely could have been attempted. Do you agree with me on this? And for those who are trying to, for the next, my dear, these are the topics that you need to concentrate more on. I'm not saying concentrate only on these topics, concentrate on other topics also, do the mocks, okay, but concentrate a bit more on these topics. That's it. Now going on to logical reasoning. Again, logical reasoning also, no surprises, no clues. 16
Okay.
odd questions. So yeah, did someone want to speak, my dear? There was something called Howl Fall. Yes, that particular one was also there. That fill in the blanks one. That's what, my dear. That three blank fill in the blanks question. Correct. Yes, death and icy hand was personification. That hand, death put its high icy hand. Okay, so that one. Okay. I'm talking to you, Praveen. I'm talking to you about that. Wait, just give me a minute. Okay. So coming over to this logical reasoning question, there were 16 questions on analytical reasoning. Okay. Yes. Anushka, you can put the message public also, my dear. So the put your public's message so that everyone reads through it, my dear. Okay, right. So now going on with this particular one, 16 questions, and there were 9 questions on critical reasoning. Okay, and if I tell you critical reasoning was one of the easiest parts to do from this particular set, my dear. Okay, other than one or two questions which were a bit confusing, I think all the other critical reasoning questions were easy. Okay, other than that, there were number series, alphanumeric series, and my dear, usually what happens, series and series based question now, they give you difficult questions, but here all the questions were very easy. Like I think one question was like 3 and plus 2, then plus 3, something like that, my dear. Okay, I don't remember, but it was very, very easy. One which had L something, KY, L something, my dear, not I think K. I remember, I think L coming in. L was there.
Yes, ma'am. It was something like BOL,
Huh.
BO11 or something like that.
Yes.
Yes.
So, yes. So, those questions were there. Okay. Yeah. Plus 2, plus 4, plus 8. So, mostly you will see that. Yes, correct. So, my dear, all the questions are popping up on the chat box also. Okay. So, yeah. 1 plus 2. Then you had to do plus 4. Then plus 8, plus 10, like that. Even numbers were there. Okay. So, that was happening. Then you basically know, if anyone has done around 30 to 50 odd problems in number series and alphanumeric series now, I think it would have been a cakewalk for them. No big difficulty here. It would definitely have been a cakewalk for you. Coding, decoding also. One question was a cakewalk, my dear. Coding, decoding, like that zebra question was there, no? So some zebra. This was ordered pair. Like A's value or B's value, something could have been figured out. So yeah, leads was asked. E. Yes, zebra leads problem. So this was a cakewalk for everyone. Okay. But other than that, no, there was another one, which is that marriage something. What was that? Something marriage based question. Actually, the happily married, newly married, that question. So that question was a little bit confusing, but again, you know that out of 2 or 4, only one of the option was going to be there. So you just had to go a little bit intense. You should have spent around 30 seconds extra in figuring out each and every word, every letter. So I think 4 was the answer, my dear. I'm not sure, 2 or 4. Okay. So if I'm giving the wrong answers, I'm not sure because I don't remember. The words were just put together without any spaces. That you have to check. And in logical reasoning, there was one question which was based on angles, my dear. Directly 734, find out the angle between them. So you see, even if you do not know the clock's properties, if you know that how to figure out the angle, theta is equal to 11 by 2m minus 30h. I'd given you that formula, right? No, Shriram, this is logical reasoning question. 23, I think, Aditya, I'm not sure. Yes, 11 by 2m minus 30h. You put that formula directly within 20 seconds, you would have got that answer. Blood relations also, very, very easy. Something was the parent of four people. So what could have been the initial of the fifth one? That one initial was starting itself, they had given some name started with R. So the questions were all sitters. Blood relation questions, I'll tell you, were all sitters. And another set of sitters, I'll tell you, were syllogism questions. Mind you, none of you had to draw the diagrams for this. If you had drawn a diagram, then I think I'm going to kill you all. Okay, so syllogism, they had given a few entities and the options didn't have those entities. New entities had come in. So both the answers, I think two syllogism questions were there. Both the questions were none follows. So syllogism, though, this was like a cake like this given to you. Okay, and there was something, mouse pad, mice, something, all those, yeah. And then arrangements were actually where you would have spent a little more time, because one arrangements, both were circular. I think one arrangement was when everyone is facing outside and the other one was facing inside. No, I'm telling you, comparatively it was easy. It was easy, but the problem was you would have taken extra time, at least 20 to 30 seconds extra time. It was very, very doable. None of the questions here, Namai in Ella, took us more than, see, half the questions did not take us more than 30 seconds, and other questions did not take us more than 1 minute. Okay. There was also a question on days, like Monday, then leave one, then I think Wednesday, then leave two, then I think Saturday, then leave three, and then go to something like that. Okay. So that I wouldn't say that it was a calendar based, yeah, answer was Friday. It wasn't a calendar based question. It was a serious question given in terms of days. Okay, so one day was given, skip one day, the other day, then skip 2 days, then the other day, skip 3 days, and the other day. So that was there. Okay, so you have to figure out missing data there. And critical reasoning were mostly based on course of action, cause and effect, implicit assumptions. Which of these are implicit? So a course of action and cause and effect. Cause and effect, I think there were two. Course of action also there were two. And then I think remaining questions were based on implicit assumptions and all. Right? And those were easy. Those are, except for the director one. Some of you might have marked none of these. Some of you, there was one floods and rains too. Are very, very relatable. So if you are residing in Chennai, then that flood and rains was very, very relatable. So, kid tantrum one was there. Okay, for that too, I think none of these was there. Okay, not sure about it. I marked, I think, none of these for that. Always decision making based my day. Everything was based on situations, and you had to figure out, you had to reason it out. So I would call it more or less like critical reasoning based bias towards your decision making. Correct. Okay. So then this also verdict is easy, my dear. This verdict is easy. I can guarantee you. What happened was I spent 7 to 8 minutes in verbal reasoning, my dear. Okay, in the verbal section I spent. Okay, I remember clearly that 8 minutes I think I spent. Okay, and by the time I had finished this logical reasoning, okay, I had finished logical reasoning means I attempted 23 questions, all correct. Okay, but remember, when I'm saying all correct now, that no, I'll say that 22 are correct. 22 all correct. Okay, one from this, I think that one was wrong. So that situational based one, I think one was wrong there. Okay, but I'm not sure. Okay, so believe me, 23 questions I had attempted properly. Okay, and I gave time for each and every question properly, and I had attended. And when I came out of this section, okay, only two questions were left out. One question was that, what to say? The question I told you based on the newly married, that question, okay, because I didn't know which answer was there. So that I did not, okay, because I didn't want to strain so much with that question. Each and every letter I had to look into it, okay. So I didn't want to strain with that. And then the other question was based on that 2 plus 3, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, or which one, my dear, or 1 plus 2 is equal to something.
Oh,
This
I think
question,
2 plus 5 is equal to 7. That
uh,
question.
no, not 2 plus 5 is equal. equal to 7. 3 plus 2 is equal to 7,
3.
correct.
Yes,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Pran. 3 plus 2 is equal to 7. Then something you had 32 minus 8 was equal to minus 32. Something. So this clue was here, you had to square here, whatever number was it that had to be cubed. The number here again squared. 32 minus 64 would have been minus 32. So the next number you should have cubed whatever was here and then got the result. Yes, so that was that. Okay. Yeah, that even I did not get it when I was doing it in the paper, my dear. Only after I came out, I realized it. Okay. But I think no, previous year also, snap questions have turned out like this. Yes, you had to put this. Yes, Anushka. The only thing is, no, Mary, that's what I'm telling now that Ella was not difficult. Ella was very, very easy. 25 out of 25 questions were doable. But at that particular moment of time, now one or two questions go off. So, like me, I left these two. Now, I do not know what the other questions, other students are left out. So, it differs from person to person. But mostly, I find that these two questions were the ones that were left out by many. Okay. So, again, here, now, 23 questions definitely were doable. Okay. If anyone has done all the 25 questions, then perfect, my dear, very well and good. Okay. But when I came out, I saw that I still had 32 minutes to go, which means, see, usually I give more time to LR because LR is scoring. But this time when I had done my best at LR, see, I'm not saying that I had not done my best, it was my best shot at LR. Okay, and still I had 32 minutes remaining. I was so happy. Then I came to the one section, and then when my happiness went down. I think all of you share the same feel. Or were you happy looking at the questions? So I was actually so happy that I had 30. My dear, that Akshaya, that leaks question, na, E to from zebra you will take. E to you will take from zebra. And S also you would have got. S
Yes,
also
ma'am. Those two
you,
I got.
yeah, these three you would have got. Okay. Now the only thing is now, one was there in the starting and nine was there in the starting. Nine
Yes,
was
ma'am.
already in the question. One was not there. I think it was again two and four only, and two had to be the answer. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Okay.
something like that. Okay.
Done, ma'am. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, nine was already used up, so you need not have done that. Correct. Okay, so ma'am, those of them who have not booked the first day as a test, no, there's no disadvantage. Aviral, there's no disadvantage. Okay, there was no disadvantage. We are sharing the questions here with you now. Most of the time, now see, only in 2020 snap paper, across the three sections, the first one was easier, then the next one was difficult, and the third one was more difficult. Okay, so what happened there was, no normalization happened. Okay, and prior to that, no notification regarding the normalization was also there, so students got frustrated. But last 2 years I have seen that overall the nature of the paper is the same. No normalization is also required because the difficulty level across all the sections are same. Like what happened this year in Katna, similar, it was very well balanced, right? The difficulty level was well balanced across all the three stars. That was the only advantage of cat paper, nothing other than that. Okay, so the same thing, snap also, the pattern and the the, what to say, difficulty level will be almost the same. Okay, so you not worry about it. So then when I came to quants, okay, my dear, uh, so the paper will be relatively easy. Yes, so relatively easy means LR and verbal would be easy, quants still would be lengthier, because last year also quants was lengthy only. Okay, so if anyone has written last year's snap paper, it was lengthy, so this year also it was lengthy. Okay, so not a big difference. Now, you saw one log based question that was very easy, you would have substituted and got the answer. Okay, so yeah, correct. One clock question was in LR that I discussed. Okay, and then another quants clock based question was here. Okay, now and then the DI actually was a bit long, my dear. I think if you, it was doable, but you should have come to that towards the end. Okay, others you would have spent a lot of time in that because ratios also were given, so that would have been, yeah. So Akshay, correct, for this log Y was the answer. I agree to that. Okay, and then for this clocks problem, there was angle at the hands at 6 o'clock, minus I think or plus angle at something divided by angle at 12 o'clock. Now angle at 12 o'clock was 0. So that was the answer, directly undefined. You don't have to calculate anything else. You don't have to calculate anything else. It was directly this. You come to this, you see that, okay, you divide any number by 0, undefined. That's it. Then there were questions based on ratios. So average based question, I think there was one question where A, B, C, D are a few numbers. So the 1/4 of the average of these four numbers is equal to something. Then A, B, and C average was given as 32. So you know, so combine both the equations, you have got D is equal to 32 or 34. Correct. Okay. And then there was a ratio based problem wherein Sonu, Monu, someone, three people, they were playing a game. The ratio of the score of Sonu and Monu was something. Monu, yeah, 72 or 74, 72, I think. Okay. So Monu and something, those had to. Are you had Praveen, how many times shorthand and longhand coincide between noon and midnight question was there? I don't know. I don't remember seeing this question at all. Aviral, Aware, your question. See, Avinash, put all your answers. My dear, the Snapchat is running like anything. Please put your messages as public because everyone wants to know it. That female question, I'll come to it. The female question I got answer is 24, I think, my dear. Okay, so ratio based question was also there, average based question was also there. Okay, so mostly it was arithmetic based, around 8 questions coming in arithmetic, and out of this I think only 5 questions now you could come down to the answer. Other questions were a little bit more lengthier. Okay, heights and distance, there was one question where there was a pole, your angle of inclination was first some 30 degree, then after 500 meters the angle of inclination became 75. I did not do this, my dear, because I'm not so good at trigonometry. Okay, so I did not do this trigonometry, geometry, I just omitted and come. Okay, so but actually it was an easy problem. Okay, because this height was asked. That was it. Then PNC probability, more weightage was given. I had told you, PNC and probability, the questions will be easier and much more doable. So PNC, other than one question, wherein at least this person gets, at least one person gets something, except for that question, I think all the PNC probability questions were easy. Okay. Yes, DI was percentage below index and all. Right. So PNC question, my dear. Huh. So PNC question, I think one question was based on probably there was one minute one. I think answer was 36. The vowels had to be in the odd places. Arrange the letters of the word minute such that the vowels are in odd places or something like that. Okay. Then 7 different chocolates had to be distributed among someone. That question was there. Then again there was like there are two friends. One girl speaks the truth out of I think 3 out of every 6 chances. The other girl speaks the truth 6 out of 9 chances, something like that. So when do they both contradict? So this minute question and this one were like 30 seconds each, finished by doing that. So that was it. Okay, so there was a question on mixtures, removal and replacement based question. Among 7 different chocolates, among 3 people, at least if at least one of them gets one chocolate. So you had to think, my dear. Otherwise, all the PNC and probability-based questions were easy. Then mixtures, you had one question wherein you have a solution of milk and water, where milk and water is in the ratio 75 is to 25. 75 percentage milk was there. So how much of this should you remove and replace such that you have, I think, equal amounts of milk and water, right, my dear? So it should
Yes,
have become,
ma'am.
yeah. So I think answer for this was around 1/3, my dear, what I remember. I took it as 100, 1/4.
Ma'am,
Anushka,
even I got 1/4.
I'm not sure. I got 1/3. Okay, so maybe my answer is wrong for that then, because I got 1/3. I got exactly. I took it as 100 and then moved. I got 100 by 3. So yeah, see, many are getting 1/3. So let's wait for the results then. Let's wait. Okay, we can check it out somewhere also. Okay, but most probable answers are 1/3 and 1/4. I got 1/3. Let's see to it. Then there was one TSD based question. where one person was moving at 60 kilometers per hour, and then I think he took 12 hours, so total distance was 720. Then the other person was going at 80 kilometers or something, I'm not sure. So if both of them increase the speed, then what would have been the difference between the respective times or something? That base question was there. That was easy doable. Now, time and work question, there was one like A and B. Okay, can do a job working. Time and work answer was three. Even I got answer as three, my dear. Uh, time and work. Wait, Oh, TSD question was 1 hour 48 minutes. You get 1.8 hours, my dear, for that difference. That pointed you had to convert it. So 1 hour 48 minutes. Yes, that was the right answer, Avinash. And time and work now, A and B combined can do a work in something around, I think, 5 into 2, 10 hours. And then B and C can do it in some hours, working for 2 days and some hours, something like that question. Okay. So you have to convert everything into hours and then finish it off. So this, and finally you have to figure out if A alone was working 5 hours per day, then how many days you would have taken. So those kinds of questions, practice more. Okay. Answer for this, I also got it as 3. Then there was a profit loss and discount based question. Which was actually a progression based question. Like say for example, they had told that he bought certain number of articles, okay, for 20 rupees each. Then after that he sold them at 2 4 something, 2468 something, so that he get 40 percentage uh, at least profit. So for that I think it was 27. Praveen, at least means it was 27, I think, Praveen. Okay, so you'll get around 20x if x is the number of, then you get 2 plus, and you have to get minimum profit 1.4, 40 percentage. So 2 plus 4 plus 6 and then so on up to 2x. So this is summation of x even numbers. So x into x plus 1 would have been here. 40 percentage. So something like this, my dear, 28x. So you just check this, my dear. Yeah, something it came out like this, my dear. Okay, so 27 I got. And then there was one exclusive question on progression also. I forgot that. Something minus 75 related. I did not do that question, my dear. I couldn't come to that. So I just, finally, when I had 2 minutes, I was just going through the questions to check what all was there. So yeah, so negative AP, some question was there. There was also a question based on mobile phones. So mobile phone, someone purchased at 17600. He gave it at some 20 percentage less than marked price, and he got 10 percentage profit. That question was there. So discount and profit ratio based questions, please have a look at it and go. Okay, so 22 percentage, I don't remember, my dear, but I solved this, but I still don't remember. I think it was 25. I remember 25 percentage, I think. I'm not sure. 25. Yeah, 25 I remember, my dear. 25 I got. Yeah. Okay, then there was one field HCF based question, that field question. I think answer to that was 5, my dear. The breadth is given as 3, and then you have to figure out the length for equal ones. So I thought it was 5 for this, my dear. Okay, there was a geometry based question where a equilateral triangle was taken and then it was cut. Yes, Anushka has given that question, my dear. Please, everyone, take a note of that question there. Right. So this I think was 240. The area of the equilateral triangle was 240. So if a regular hexagon is formed by cutting off the vertices, okay, so then what is going to be the area of that hexagon? Somewhere 160 or 180. I don't remember what I got. I think 160 or 180. I think 160 is the answer. Okay, something between these two only I got. Okay. And then there was one word problem which was based on apples. The number of males and females together is something. If 7 apples, no, 12 apples were given to each female and 7 apples were given to each male, then the total number of apples is something. Okay, so 2 equations you get, you would have solved for that. Now find out the number of females. Answer was 24 for that. Then there was another question which was based on the number of coins. So two people had only 1 rupee coins. Okay, two friends. So the number of coins for both of them was 45. Okay, then both of them dropped 5 5. Both of them dropped 5 5. And then the product was 6324. Some 124. The product was 124. The product was 124. So 2 into 62 was there. Then you I think I think the option was 4 into 31. 4 into 31 was the right option, I think. Okay, so x was 4 plus 5, 9, and y was 31 plus 5, that was 36. So I don't know what they had asked you here. Did they ask you the product of the initial number of this thing? Then it should have been 9 into 36. I don't remember the answer. It was a bit large, but I think it was this product. So 9 into 36 was the answer. So correct. Okay, so these were the different kinds of questions that had come in the quants, my dear. But again, I say that quants was, though the Sharath, so far in SNAP, there have not been repetition of the same questions, my dear. The repetition of similar questions has been there, but not repetition of the same kind of questions. Okay, so the only verdict it was not a difficult one. It was a moderate paper, but it was too lengthy. Okay, now let's come on to the final slide, my dear. See, verbal, anyone who has attempted 13 plus, I'm just excluding the vocabs questions, my dear. Anyone who has done 13 plus questions with 80% accuracy and gets around 10 plus marks here. Okay, a good job. LR, again 23 plus 23. See, I'm talking this with some of the given time. Okay, again the same with around 90% accuracy, because here in LR and QA you cannot go for 80 or 75% accuracy. So 90% accuracy, you get around 20 plus 1, 21 marks around that, decent score. QA, okay, if we have done 14 plus, good. But QA, sometimes we mess up with the answers. So if your score is somewhere around 11 plus, also fine. Okay, with around 90% accuracy, 14 plus questions with 90% accuracy, okay, it should have been good, my dear. So overall, I still stick to it, my dear. If you have attempted 50 plus questions, okay, overall, the number of good attempts would have been 50 to 52. Okay, I'm not talking about just going and randomly attempting it, my dear. I'm talking about with proper, what to say, with proper verdict and the answer, you're going and marking them. So good. And yeah, somewhere or there we can go wrong, but at least 90% accuracy on an average has to be maintained. Okay, so if you can have done this, then you people have done a really good job on the paper. Okay, and anywhere close to 40, my dear, you people are on a very high. See, you know that SIBM and SCMHRD, okay, both of them, they have more or less the similar cutoffs. Okay, so SIBM generally it is 99 percentile, my dear, but sometimes it even goes down low to 98.5 or below that a little bit. Okay, but I'm not going to go below this. Okay, and SCMHRD just a matter of 0.5 to 0.75 marks less than SIBM. Okay, the cutoff is going to range around. So 99, I feel, my dear, this time cutoff will go 42 plus. Why, I'll tell you. Last year, okay, paper was similar. Okay, but LR section was not as easy as this part. Okay, and in that, no, 38 marks was 99 percentile. So I think, my dear, I'm always going on a little bit larger one. 42, 43, I am saying. It may go down by 1 or 2 marks, my dear, but I feel strictly that I don't want to keep you people happy right now, and later on when the paper comes, getting sad. That's not going to be a good thing. Okay, so if you get 42, 43, 99 percentage is definitely there. If you get somewhere around 38 to 39, 98 percentile. So I think this would be my verdict on it, my dear. It may go lesser, but it definitely, I think, can't go higher than this. Okay, so if at all you are targeting for the next few slots also, okay, do mocks, my dear. That is the only way you can practice speed. Okay, and if at all you are picking up questions, pick up questions from the areas that we have discussed. Okay, and do 30 questions at a time, 25 questions at a time. Just do not do 10 questions and get satisfied, because this is a matter of accuracy as well as speed. Got it? So please, if you're picking up questions, do questions at a go, 25 to 30 questions. So if any doubts, you put it over the chat box, but as public messages. So here Utkarsh has asked me, ma'am, what is it with the admit card? While downloading a pop-up is mentioning constant. No, that doesn't matter. Normal printout is fine. Color printout. In my center, even those who had black and white printout, they were there. Okay. But I would say that better take a color printout. Okay. But whatever happens, margins and all, no one checks, my dear. They are not, see, the admin, they are just admins. Okay. They do not go with the exact precisions that are given in the instructions. So don't worry. So Anushka says I was able to attempt 53 questions. I'm expecting around 5 wrong and 3 in, yes. No, that should be okay. That should be given. Aarti, I'm giving only one. What will I do by doing all the 3? What will I do? I already gave cat. Now I'm giving snap. I just wanted to give you all a picture, my dear. That is why I'm writing the papers now. So if I write the first one and come and give out a proper view on it, no, to the students, then at least you all will be relaxed. You will know as to what to do in the next. You'll not be in a tense mode, because lots of YouTube channels, they claim so much, and each and every YouTube channel claims a different thing. So that is why. Okay, otherwise nothing. Okay. I told them this time they had not even verified that hall ticket of mine. I told them I don't want you to verify, but again they made me stand in the queue for 15 minutes and then they did all their procedure. So Dhanalakshmi College, guys, be prepared for anything. Okay. So otherwise, other centers are all fine, my dear. Okay. So my dear, I hope you all got an idea about it. Are we fine with it? Any other doubts? I have a session at 7 o'clock also. So if you have got any doubts, please feel free, my dear. Okay, don't panic, my dear. Aviral, 1 minute. Okay, so I'll just go quick. Aviral, verbal 15 questions. Okay, active passive voice, practice it. Idioms and phrase proverbs, idioms and phrases and proverbs, practice them. Okay, antonyms, only one question. Okay, word was mediocre. Identifying the parts of speech and identifying the figures of speech, also 4 questions altogether put together had come. Correct word order, arranging the sentence, proper words. Fill in the blanks with 3 blanks was there. Conditional clause usage of countable, uncountable nouns. These were the major ones in the paper, my dear. Okay, overall it was very easy. Anyone who has a decent language can go and so otherwise, whatever, I stick to whatever I've spoken in my previous video. Please watch that video if you have not watched, and also to this particular video. That's it. Okay. Right. Thank you so much, guys. Then so we'll wind the session. So all the best to the ones who are writing in the next few slots. Go ahead. All the best.